was born with the songs of Zulu rainmakers in my ears. They sang to end the great drought, which burned the land of South Africa for 10 years. My mother gave birth to me 3 weeks after my father died. He was trampled to death by a bull elephant in the bush. She gave me his name, Peter Philip Kenneth Keith. But from the first day, she called me by my initials, PK, just as she had called my father.
Start again in your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. You can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on.
I remember my mother telling me that she was a child of England, where she grew up with books and music. But I was a child of Africa, who woke to the smell of jacaranda blossoms and fell asleep to the sound of the weaver birds nesting for the night. Nanny's son, Tondere, was my best friend. From the time we were born, we did everything together: games, chores and lessons. Mother taught us about England, Nanny taught us about Africa. Mother said life was perfect, except it never rained.
Madam, come quickly, come. It's bad to the kettle.
Oh, no.
The kettle dying.
My father was a farmer. My mother was not. Because she loved us so much, she tried hard to be one after he died. But when the plague killed our cattle, something inside her broke and never mended. Nanny said the doctor insisted my mother have complete rest. He said I must go to boarding school. For the first time in my life, I felt afraid. I'd never been away from home before, away from my mother, away from Nanny. I wanted to cry, but I held it in. I was afraid it would hurt my mother even more.
PK, Mummy's going to give you the bracelet Daddy gave Mummy when we first fell in love. I love you, PK.
She gave me the ostrich shell bracelet my father gave her when they first fell in love.
Be a good boy, darling. Big grip, PK.
We were poor. The only school we could afford was run by Afrikaners, the oldest of the 2 white tribes in Africa. The other being my people, the English.
The English drove us into the wilderness, but we returned stronger than before. They spilled our blood across the land, but we returned stronger than before. Because this land is ours, given to us in holy covenant by Almighty God, it is our responsibility to rise up and push out the English, to put down the black. For the Holy Scripture tells us, Joshua 9:20, the children of Ham turned black for their sins. They shall be unto the rest hewers of wood and drawers of water. They shall be as servants unto you. It is our responsibility to redeem that covenant, to repossess the land, to be stronger than before. Let us pray.
I remember my first lesson. In 1896, the Afrikaners had tried to overthrow the government of the English, but the English army was too strong. The English locked up 26,000 Afrikaner women and children into what they called concentration camps. Many of them died from malaria, typhoid, and black water fever. As the only English boy at school, I took the blame for all those deaths.
And forgive us our trespasses.
This was made clear to me by the oldest boy at school, Yappy Bota.
But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
You know what PK stands for? Piscop. Pisshead.
No, it doesn't. It stands for Peter, Philip, Kenneth, Keith. That's my name.
Let's piss on the Piscop. Piss on the Piscop.
English do not to be pissed on. Don't they, Piscop? Ah, he's ready. Aren't you, Royneck? We've been saving this all day for you.
Safety, eh, Royneck? Hey, look up, man.
Oh, come on, he's had enough. Well, don't feel bad, Piscop. We'll give you some more tomorrow, won't we?
Whether it was fear or shame, or both, I don't know. But just after the bullying in the shower, I began to wet my bed.
Hey, your mother is dead.
I never should have left. I should have stayed to help take care of Mother. Then she would have been better. I know she would have. Since my only other living relative, my grandfather, was away in the Congo, it was decided last Easter that I return to boarding school, a decision which terrified me. Nani, abafana esikulu aniba supakakulu, atimi nani opiskop. I confided in Nanny what had happened and how I'd become a bedwetter. She did what any good Zulu mother would do. She called on the greatest medicine man of the tribe, a man who Nanny said could make sick men well and scared men brave. I had never seen anyone like him before. I said a silent prayer that his magic was stronger than my trouble. His name was Dubula Manzi. Dubula Manzi said my troubles came from fear deep in my heart. He would send me on the journey to discover courage and bury my fear. He drew 3 circles of magic powder on the ground, placed a chicken in each one. He said the chicken who broke out of the circle was the bravest. He would be my guide on the journey to find my courage.
khobola pekhaya. Yini. Oh, sisila singasuki phansi. Ngikhuluma nawe ukhalakana. Isikhudukudu sayini. Oh, sisiyethuma. Disibela ma-olive. Sikisiki. Ngoba siyamsinda. Wena wala ngafanele wala ukuthi sisizo. Wena wala shoba. Wena wathi wena wathi isikhulu singabuya
The Bulamanzi said the spirit of the great Zulu warriors lived in me. I'd faced the most powerful creature on earth, a creature I'd feared since hearing about how my father died. I'd earned his respect for my courage. There'd be no more problem with the night water. The Bulamanzi said I was a man for all Africa, bound to her by my spirit, bound to her by my dreams. He said I was no longer a piscop. He gave me back my name, and he let me keep the chicken. I named my chicken Mossy Bindi. In Zulu, that means Mother Courage. During the day, she would hunt for bugs outside. At night, she would nest above my bed and keep a sharp eye. She was my best and only friend. A month later, war broke out in Europe. This caused me more problems than bedwetting ever had. Hitler had vowed to crush Great Britain and drive the English from South Africa. The Afrikaners waited for that day with excitement. I said the Bulamanzi's words over and over to myself, trying not to be afraid.
God has sent Hitler to deliver us from you English bastards who stole our country and killed our people. Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler! We will swear a blood oath. When Hitler comes, we'll rise up and kill the verdammte Rooiness. Hitler! Death to all Englishmen in South Africa. God bless the fatherland. For crimes committed against the Afrikaner people, I, Yappie Bertha, the judge and Uberführer, sentence your Rooinek Kaffer chicken to death. Heil Hitler! Now! Hang him up.
Hang him up! Hang him up!
You will pay for the deaths of our grandfathers and grandmothers. All English will pay. And you will be first. Heil Hitler! In the name of Adolf Hitler and the fatherland, I sentence you to die, verdammte Reunig!
You don't go.
I buried Mossy Bindi the very next day. Seemed I was to lose everyone I'd ever loved, would ever love me, my mother, my chicken, and now Nanny. Tonderai and Nanny had to return to their family in southern Rhodesia. I knew I'd never see them again. Loneliness birds seemed to fly into my heart and lay large stone eggs. My whole body hurt with sadness. My grandfather came home from the Congo to his house in Barberton, where English people lived. I was sent to live with him. Children, he said, were a complete mystery to him. I did not think I'd ever feel better again. I did not know how to chase the loneliness birds away. Then one day, Grandfather sent a friend of his to see me.
Was ist denn mit dir los, mein Kleiner? You know, my donkey Beethoven once told me a remedy of curing sadness in little boys. Would you like to try it? Good. Stand up. On the wall. Here. On one leg. Good, sehr good. And close your eyes. Say 3 times absolutal.
Absoluto, absoluto, absoluto.
Well, wonderful. Feel better. No. I guess it proves one thing then.
What's that?
Never take advice from a donkey. Much, much better, yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet him?
Yes, please.
Let's go. What is your name?
Piquet.
Piquet. Oh, very interesting name. I will introduce you to the Beethoven.
That was how I met Doc, who collected cacti, played piano, and showed me how to talk to his donkey, Beethoven.
He likes you. He likes you very, very much. So, my old friend, you have a very bright grandson. I tell you that. Very bright.
Yes, I just wish I knew what to do about it. His mother, God rest her soul, was qualified. Taught him to read, taught him to play piano. Music is such an important part in a young man's education. Don't you agree?
How could I not? I'm a musician. Music is my life.
Well, then, what do you think of this proposal? You take young Piquet under your wing. You teach him the piano, and he will be chief assistant in your cactus garden. He pays you, you pay him.
With great pleasure. He reminds me so much of Erik.
Your grandson, how old is he now?
He would be 7 now.
Doc was a famous pianist who gave concerts all over the world. While he was in South Africa, the war broke out. He couldn't go home. In Germany, Hitler killed Doc's whole family because they believed in peace. Doc's grandson was killed too. He was only 7, just like me. Doc was all alone in the world. Doc said a person needed 2 things in life, good health and good education. He said my health was good, but my education needed immediate attention. Doc showed me Africa. He made Africa my classroom. I even learned how to drive Beethoven. My lessons began every day at sunrise. Doc showed me how to look at things differently than I ever had before.
So, the brain PK has 2 functions. It's the best reference library ever, which is a good thing to have. But also from it comes original thought. In school, you'll get all filled up with the facts. Out here, your brain will learn where to look, how to look, and how to think. Any question you ever have, the answer you will find in nature, if you know where to look and how to ask. And then you'll have for yourself all the brains that have ever been.
One by one, the loneliness birds flew away with the stone eggs they'd laid in my heart. Doc said there were so many things to learn that we couldn't waste even 1 second. Mother used to say the same thing. Mother would have liked Doc.
Everything in nature's cooperation, even moonlight. Without the sun, the moon would be a dark circle. But with cooperation, moonlight. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Beauty one. That is old. That's good. Looks like we are visitors. What do you think? Maybe we offer them tea, eh?
Maybe a cactus.
Yes, maybe both, huh? Or breakfast.
Let's unplant one and give it to them.
That's a good idea. How are you today, Captain? Cup of tea?
Professor von Wallenstein?
Yeah.
By order of His Majesty's government, for the failure to register as an alien citizen, you are hereby remanded to Barberton Prison for the duration of the war with Germany, your country of origin. You will come with me.
It was then I realised that the Afrikaners were not the only ones to hate and fear others. The English were in for their fair share as well. The loneliness birds began to circle again. While the English saw Doc as the enemy, the Afrikaner prison authorities saw him as the perfect example of German culture, something they admired.
I'm going to allow you to put your garden across on that side. You can plant all your cactus there.
Every day after school, my grandfather would walk me down to the prison and fetch me home at sundown. I would bring my bucket with the cactus wrapped in a tobacco leaf to keep it moist.
Take that box away there!
Commandant Van Zyl brought Dr. Piano into the prison and allowed me unrestricted visits.
Hey, open that door and don't drop this bloody piano now! Oh, looks like. All right, now turn it on its side then, man. Damn it! Come on! Don't you know how to move a bloody piano? Doctor, I will get it in there for you. So, help me, God, hij gaat in. Kijk, hij gaat er worden toe. Beweeg!
The tobacco leaf, leave in the bucket. So, soon as your school evaluation. It was today, actually, wasn't it? What are your marks?
What marks?
What marks? Grammar.
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory. Mathematics.
Satisfactory.
Science.
Satisfactory.
Geography.
Satisfactory.
Oh, that's a shame. The pequeno is a lot more than just a satisfactory. It's a brain.
In my school, you get beaten up if you're a brave.
To have a brain, it's not a sin. To have a brain and not use it, that is a sin. Come. I will introduce you to someone who will show you how to use your brain to keep from getting beaten up.
Who?
Who? That's a very smart man. Come. I will introduce you.
I asked Doc if it was the lieutenant. He said the lieutenant would say he's too busy.
Sergeant, I have the permission to come in. Right, Professor.
Come on, move your feet. Keep moving, boys. Come on. Keep your legs up. Lift jab. Okay, come on, please.
Would it be too much trouble for my friend Piquet here to learn some boxing?
Well, I'd really like to help, Professor. But we're all very busy preparing for the inter-prison championships, both the junior and the senior divisions.
How about the old men?
All right. Hey, Cover! Come here.
Yes, meneer.
Now listen. You teach this boykie basics and teach him good. Otherwise, I knock your black head flat. You hear?
Yes, meneer.
Right. Professor.
Hello.
So? You want to be a boxer?
I think I'm too little.
Silver. Not too very clean, boss. Little beat big, when little smart. First with the head, then with the heart. You can remember that?
Yes, sir.
No. No, little boss. You must never call me sir.
Because of the guards?
Yes.
What should I call you?
Pete. I am Geel Piet.
I'm Piquet.
So.
When I first met Gil Piet, he spent 40 of his 55 years in one prison or another. He told me he'd been a thief, a con man, and a lot of other things. Now he was my teacher and my friend.
There now. You see how we can work? You see how little beat big? Can't cut you, can't hit you, can't hit you, can't hurt you.
Oh, after only 2 months, you are a wizard.
But when do I get to punch?
Punch? Oh, man, you're not going to just punch. You're going to combination. Eh? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Boy, good try. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, it's do we have a boxer here? Yeah, man. We're going to build for you 8-punch combination. The heel Piet 8, you.
The Gil Piet 8?
Yeah. Then by you catch a fire. Come now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, very strong.
Good punching. Very strong. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, excellent. That's good, little boss.
Bravo. You look like a champion already.
1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, what a boxer we have here.
I'm going to learn the Gilles Pete 8.
But right now you have to learn the Beethoven 9s for 1 hour, so we can get to the cactus before it's too hard to plant. Between the two of us, we make from you a champion and a brave. Your lesson, wonderful, ganz wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me, Professor.
Yeah.
Every time I see the little boss bring the cactus, inside the bucket is some tobacco leaf.
Ah, yes. It keeps the roots wet. That's the reason.
Super. You know, Professor, a little smoke late at night, only little pleasure we have in this hard life, man. And you know how they make it difficult for us to have the tobacco.
I understand.
Why won't they let you have tobacco?
Because, Pitti, when it is a person's job to punish, it's all they know how to do, you know.
I smell something not right here. Hey, Gaffer.
No, Minister. Everything okay?
Ah! It's enough, Sergeant. That's enough, Sergeant. It's enough. Here, we say what is enough, Professor. Not you. If you're up to something, I'll find out.
Ein Dreckschwein. Ein Dreck.
It's all Kata. He okay. He okay. Everything okay. Sorry to make trouble. Sorry, little boss. Now on, we just stick to the boxing. Sorry. Sorry, man.
Gilles Pete! I leave my bucket on the side of the piano when I practice. It is cleaned out every day.
Nice, Piquet. Nice. Das ist kein Mensch. Das ist wirklich ein Schwein.
I don't know that Schweinhund either.
Ja, das ist ein Schwein. Let's go.
Okay, Doc. To survive in prison, Gilles Pete became an expert in camouflage, a master of the invisible. His goal was to draw as little attention to himself while getting exactly what he and his fellow prisoners needed.
Ja. Gut. Gut, little boss. Faster. Faster. Ja.
5 years passed before I knew it. And while outside the prison, everyone waited anxiously for the end of World War II. Inside, everyone was concerned with just one thing: the outcome of the inter-prison boxing championships. And under Hilpe's constant tutelage, I became champion in my weight class.
Very good, little boss.
Doc's garden grew as he planted and fertilized the cacti I continued to bring him, setting aside the tobacco for Hilpe and the other prisoners. I also became the unofficial letter writer at Hilpe's suggestion.
Yebo.
Yeah, man. You really have the gift of the language, you know.
Stop them,
That song about the rainmaker. Why are they always singing it around me?
All right, Ed. Time's up. Move it.
All the tribes believe, little Buzz, that when there is drought, it is because the people are in conflict. Nyanga Zulu, the rainmaker, cools things down. The earth, the sky, the people. He stops the conflict. He brings the rain. He brings the peace, man.
Okay, fine. But what has it got to do with me?
Well, Plain Bass, you like young Zulu. You cool things down, man. You write the letters for all the tribes. You bring the tobacco for all the tribes. Naturally, they think maybe you are the one from the myth. They sing to honor you.
Did you have anything to do with this?
I say to a few people how you treat all the tribes equally, how you not show favoritism for one tribe over another, how you cool things down, something like that.
Why?
Well, little Buzz, little hope never hurt no one.
Yeah, but it's false hope.
Better than no hope at all, eh?
Time for Beethoven, Piquet.
Thank you, Professor.
It's my pleasure. You and the man. Enjoy the tobacco.
See you tomorrow, Rainmaker.
Empty the bucket, cover.
Yes, boss.
You are a bunch of shit-eaters, aren't you, Cover?
No, boss.
What'd you say?
Yes, boss.
Bloody right. Now get eating.
Eat it. Eat it. You can't hide from me forever, Cover. Your day will come, and it'll be as black as your bloody soul. I promise you.
You were right.
Don't worry, little boss. In the trunk. We eat shit every day. All of us.
If the sergeant had found the tobacco, all the prisoners would have been beaten severely. And so the other prisoners sang to honor Hilpid's courage. But it still broke my heart to see a man I loved so degraded. And it also made me angry. Angry that it was done. Angry that I couldn't do anything to change it. They sang into the night, knowing full well they would be locked in their cells for 3 days with no water. They sang to honor Hillepede's dignity. They look confused.
They are confused, little boss. They are confused. They are afraid. They are cowards. Come, let us get these towels to the laundry.
Pequeno, good news! The Americans have crossed the Rhine. The war is almost over. It's over.
Brilliant.
Here.
Quick, let me see.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
Good news.
You will be free, Professor.
At last, I go home to Germany. Yeah.
You go home to Germany?
Yes, I go home. I go home to Germany. Be happy.
Isn't
Be
it wonderful,
happy.
little boss?
Lecker. Yeah.
Suppose so.
But he doesn't think it's wonderful, eh?
Well, if you go back to Germany, I'll never see you again. I don't think that's so wonderful.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. Sometimes we must try to take what's not wonderful and make it so.
Ah, Professor! I just heard the news.
Yeah, here. We were just discussing it.
Ah, Professor, we are going to miss you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, back with you.
Yeah.
Professor, I wonder if I can ask you a favor.
Of course.
At the end of this month, the commissioner is paying us his yearly visit. Now, can you organize a concert in his honor?
A concert?
Yeah.
A concert here?
Here.
A concert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will arrange something for the commissioner.
Ah, you're a good man, Professor. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are going to miss you, eh?
Why do you want me to give a concert for these people?
No, Professor. Not for them. For us, man. Yes. You can write the music. Little boss here can write the words. And the people's voices, Professor. The people's voices can be your instruments, eh?
Yeah. They'll never guess who it's for. You're a genius.
But the tribes don't even talk to each other, to sing together. It will never happen. Never.
It will if the little boss says so. Remember the myth.
You mean the one you invented?
What you talking, little boss? I didn't invent it, man. The myth is as old as Africa. To the people, myth is stronger than love, stronger than hate. It gives them reason to do what they would never do. Ah, you master, you see, exhale.
The myth. You are a genius. You are the smartest of us all.
Oh, no.
Just finish the lyrics. Get about the gods.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let me hear.
Ayalena, Ayalena, Ayalena.
English, please. English, please.
They run this way, they run that way. They are confused, they are afraid. They are cowards.
That's excellent. Excellent. It fits them perfectly.
It's from something Hillepedes said.
Even better.
But will it fit in with the music?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Something is wrong.
No, it's beautiful. But Do you like it like this? And having obtained the cooperation of all the tribal groups, as Hillsby predicted, I set out to instruct them. A handful of men from each tribe were chosen to learn their tribe's part. They in turn taught others, who taught others until everyone knew his part.
Kanje.
What are these monkeys singing about?
I don't know. I only play piano.
Have you seen Hellpit? He hasn't arrived yet.
Don't worry. It's his night, his creation. He will come. Don't worry, believe me. Evening, Commander.
Hello, PK.
Sit down! Luitenant? We willen met hulle praat. Waar is die tolk?
Ons het nie tolk hier nie, commandant.
Wat?
Herr Kommandant, PK is excellent translator.
You can speak their babble.
Yes, sir. I always have.
Right. Now I want you to tell them that the only reason that I'm allowing this concert is to honor the visit of the commissioner here and his lovely friend, and also out of respect for the professor. Even if he is in prison, he's not a dirty criminal like the rest of them. He's a man of culture, learning. Tell him that.
Unkosi uyanimukela futhi uyathokozela lo mdlalo ozokwenzeka namhlanje.
For such a man, I am prepared to do this. But one hair of trouble, just one, and it's finished. Tell him that.
Ufisa sangati inhlanga nezinhlanga zabantu bazohuba kahle bedumisa abantu bakubo.
One wrong move, just one. And they will be the sorriest kaffers in the whole of Africa. Tell them that.
Uthi ebusuku namhlanje masibemunye phansi kwezulu lase-Afrika.
What are they clapping for?
They respect strength, Herr Kommandant. Well done.
But Hilpis is still not here.
He will come. He will come, believe me. Now the music, PK. Now the music.
Asambe baya memes.
Asambe baya memes.
Asambe baya memes.
Asambe baya memes. Asambe baya memes. Hidden boham hidden boham hidden boham hidden boham.
Ariel, Ariel.
Hidden bolaya.
Ariel, Bulayana. Ariel, Ariel.
Hidden bolaya.
Ariel, Bulayana. Ariel, Ariel.
This concert was your idea, wasn't it? You tricky bastard.
No, boss.
Don't lie to me. Your friends can't help you now. And you're going to tell me all your secrets, starting with the song. What are they singing?
I don't know, boss. No!
Tell me. Tell me.
They run this way. They run that way. They are afraid.
We are afraid. We are afraid. You are cowards. You bastards.
No, Pete.
Little boss.
Pete. No, please.
All the tribes together. First time because of you. Rainmaker.
No, please.
Little defeat. Big.
My little is smart. First with the head, and then with the heart. No. Hearing the tribe singing together, Pete dropped his camouflage and defied Sergeant Borman. For that one brief moment, he was a free man before he died.
The war ended. Doc went home to Germany. And once again, I was left alone, fending off the loneliness birds.
trying, as Doc and Cupid had taught me, to turn my sadness into something wonderful. Because no matter how much I wanted to believe I could, my heart would never let me.
Very evocative. The singing, the dying, powerful images. Well done. Any ideology that needs to attack the thing that least threatens it is an ideology that will not outlive its own generation. Inclusion, not exclusion, gentlemen, is the key to survival. Something our new Afrikaner government should take heed of, eh? Next week we have Mr. Gilbert, who will enlighten us on the subject of...
Sport and wager in Imperial Rome, sir.
Very apt, Mr. Gilbert. We shall look forward to the experience. Gentlemen, one moment, gentlemen. On my recommendation, Oxford University has agreed to consider you both as candidates for matriculation.
Thank you, sir.
In light of your financial situation, PK, I took the liberty of making an application for you for the government scholarship. If you'll just sign here, we'll file it immediately.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your mother will be pleased, Mr. Gilbert.
She'll be surprised, sir.
Thank you.
Well, one thing more. Was justice ever served?
Sir?
This man, Borman, heel pitch.
It was. Sergeant Borman was found a month later, hanging from a rope in Kilpit's cell.
You were killing him.
The girl found out who she is.
Are you bonkers? We've let every bloody pound we have. You lose, we're paupers.
Found out who she is.
That's it. A bit more. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Any more? Sorry, sir.
It's all set. I'll fall tomorrow at his gym. I'll be Groeneveld himself.
Hey, what about the girl?
Forget the girl.
I'm not going to forget the girl.
Her father's Dr. Daniel Murray.
It makes no difference at all. You can't ignore the fact that the man's the intellectual darling of the Nationalist Party. He's got as much use for an English boy ratting after his purebred Afrikaner daughter as the Queen has for balls, pardon my French.
Maury.
Maria Elizabeth Murray, Seniors Quarters, Room 22, De Villiers School. Fortress Virgin? Odds are 10 to 1, you don't even get in the place.
Oh, no, please. You can't be here.
I didn't know how else to meet you.
I could be expelled.
You could be expelled for attending boxing matches, too.
We went on a dare.
Did you like it?
It was exciting. You were very good.
Thank you. Will you see me?
I can't. My father would never give me permission to see an English boy.
How about your permission?
What about my father?
Dr. Murray, mag ek jou dochter Maria Elizabeth sien asseblief?
Okay, did I hear you?
I don't remember telling you my name.
And I don't remember telling you mine.
Maria! Jongens, must get Margaret a ring.
I'll be there in a minute.
Your father, Saturday morning. May I call on him?
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Be careful.
Star here?
I knew she was different from the first time I saw her. I'll find a way.
There's no way. She's a waste of time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't I? Your future father-in-law. If the man had his way, he'd get rid of us along with them.
You know your problem? Lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence?
What are you doing here? Move off!
Come on.
Please! Help him, please!
Bloody country's gone to hell. Come on. Wish we were at Oxford yesterday. I must have made the right impression. He takes no one on. You know that? Go ahead.
You know who that is?
Yes, it's Andreas Milan. He signed to fight Joe Lewis, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go say hello. Mr. Groeneveld. Mr. Groeneveld.
But you boys lost.
It's me, Sam, Maury Gilbert. I came here yesterday, remember? About my man.
Oh, yeah. The champion, right?
Yes, sir.
And who are you?
I'm his manager.
Oh, yeah, they help us. Now, look here. You train in this gym. It's not like these nice schoolboy fights you used to, huh?
Yes, sir.
What's it cost for you to train him personally?
For my personal attention, Mr. Manager, let's say, £15 a month.
£15 a month, that's £90. It's very reasonable. Here's 6 months in advance.
6 months? I don't know who's going to last 6 minutes.
Well, there's only one way to find out, sir.
Oh, yeah? All right, let's find out then. Okay, time out.
Yes, that's for sure.
Come here. 8-punch combination, huh? Where did you learn such a thing?
In prison, sir.
Are you trying to be a comedian or a boxer?
A boxer, sir.
Right, come on. Manager, you come to my office. We'll talk terms. Mr. Champion, you go and get showered. You'll come see me afterwards. We talk training. Any questions?
Yes, sir. How do you get away with this?
Get away with what?
The mixing.
Oh, yeah. We Afrikaners are funny people sometimes. Outside the ring, a black man is not equal. Inside, he is. But not in public, only in private. It's crazy, eh? Come.
Yeah, man. Hey, you good? An 8-punch combination. It's good.
Thank you, sir.
How do you do? I'm Professor Moret.
Pleased to meet you, sir. I'm Piquet.
Admiring the art?
Yes, sir.
It's Moret's family history from 1688 all the way to the present. That's my great uncle, Jan Piet. He led a commando at 22 until your people caught him and hanged him.
You mean the English? I'm a South African, sir.
So am I. So are the Zulus, the Xhosa, the Pongo, the Ndebele, the Sotho. We're all South Africans, just from separate tribes.
Some say all our problems would be solved if we stopped thinking of South Africa in terms of separate tribes.
Separation of things is not coincidental. Do you think a Zulu wants to see his culture, his sense of identity replaced by someone else's? Any more than I do mine?
No, sir. But I don't think he wants being a Zulu to mean he's denied the same rights that you and I enjoy.
Laws define rights.
I agree, sir. But do they always define justice?
Justice, young man, is only relative to who's in charge.
Quite true, sir. But perhaps how long they stay in charge is relative to how well they dispense that justice, no?
You come here to ask for my permission to see my daughter. And knowing who I am and what I stand for, do you really believe disagreeing with me will serve your cause?
I thought a man of your intellectual reputation wouldn't want his daughter seeing someone who didn't think.
Intellectual reputation or not, I'm in the first place a Mare, a member of my tribe, my folk. If you want to impress me with your intellect, don't do it by espousing liberal ideas procured in an English private school. I'm sorry I won't give you permission to see my daughter. Goeiedag.
For the record, sir, I procured my ideas long before I began English private school.
From an English expert on race relations, no doubt.
Actually, sir, from a German expert on cacti. But that's a long story. Good day. You wanted to see us, Mr. Huneveld?
Yeah, come in. This is Mr. Ilias Mungisi. He promotes all the fights in Alexander Township. He's come to propose a fight for you with one of his boxers, Gideon Duma.
Black and white fights are illegal. Where would the match be held?
In Alexander.
So after we're arrested for the fight, we'll be arrested for being in a township. You endorse this, sir?
Yeah, well, yeah, there are risks, but strictly talking boxing, it's a match I'd pay to see in Elias.
Yeah. You were at the championship last week, eh?
Yes. You're a good boxer.
Why were the people singing?
Angazi, I don't know.
Mori's right. This fight's not for us. Will that be all, sir?
Yeah, well, then, that'll be all.
Thank you.
You're both a slice short of a loaf.
Hello.
There was no phone listed. I was going to leave this.
What is it?
Since my father wouldn't give you his permission to see me, I decided I would give you mine.
How do you do? I'm Maury Gilbert, the level-headed one in this partnership.
How do you do?
Actually, I could do with some fresh air. Shall we?
Yeah. I thought race mixing was illegal.
It is.
So how does he get away with it up there?
We keep wondering the same thing.
You train there?
For a couple of weeks.
With the natives?
Yeah.
Mr. PK. Excuse me, Mr. PK. I did not mean to be dishonest in my answer. But I did not want to make public things you have kept private.
Then tell me about the singing.
In bad times, people do what they know. And what they know is the myth of Inyanga Izulu, the rainmaker.
Mr. Mlingisi, listen to me. I'm not that person. This was all made up by a man at Barberton Prison.
Yes, real Pete.
I know you, don't I?
I worked in the laundry.
Yes, of course. Then you know what I'm saying is true. Real Pete made this all up.
Yes, and that's why you must fight me. I am Gideon Duma. My people lose everything under this damn apartheid. They can't put their hope in stories. Hope does not come from a myth. It comes from here. We make our own hope, our own future. The people must see that just because you beat some Afrikaner schoolboy does not mean you are anything. But another schoolboy yourself, I must beat you to teach them that.
But what if he beats you?
Then I become his #1 supporter and use the myth to get everyone moving. I will do anything, anything to help my people use anything. Do you understand?
What's this here?
Family servants, officer. I called them in. Our gear needs mending. We're taking it home.
Papers, man. Come on, be quick. Where are you coming from?
The gym, sir. I'll train there.
You're an hour till curfew and a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
You got a problem with that? Hey, you black bastard.
No, boss.
Then get moving.
Duma! You let me know and I should come collect it. Don't take too long. You hear?
Yes, boss.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, my God, you lied to the police. It doesn't work for you.
I had no choice.
I've never been so scared.
Me neither. I thought the officers were going to do them over right here.
I mean, the natives. They scare me.
Not as much as we scare them.
Well, they have nothing to be afraid of from us.
They don't? Really? Do you know many?
Natives? Well, I don't really have the opportunity, do I?
If you did, would you take it?
Yeah, I would.
Even if it meant going against your father's orders?
What do you call this?
Checkmate, old boy. Last bus.
You're extraordinary.
There's a young man, English, at the Prince of Wales School. I'd like you to have a look at him.
I'll get back to you, Professor, as soon as I have something.
Do that.
And this is the best part of town, is
You never do get used to it. Come on, Mungis. Let's go. Can't be late for the boxing.
Hello, I'm Miriam Mary.
You looked cold. Please take my blanket.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
It will keep you warm.
No, really, I don't need it.
It's all right.
Well, I'll return it at the end of the fight.
Keep it, really.
Well, no, I couldn't possibly.
It's my pleasure.
Miriam. Thank you.
You're welcome, Maria.
You are listening to me, please. When I am saying break, you must break at once. No hits below the waist. You are fighting clean, or by golly, I am giving penalty points. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys. Yes.
Now look, you don't try to fight him. You box him, you hear me? Don't let him set the pace, huh? You're coming behind the left chair. Box him, box him. On you go. With your head, man. You're not listening. Now, look for his weakness. You must find his weakness.
I can't find one.
You must find one.
Look, he's taking water.
Where that water goes, you go. Right down to here. Put your punches there. You win. If you don't, you lose. Okay? Remember the stomach. That's it. Get up, Sonny! Get up!
Nice knowing you, Hoppy.
The Rainmaker! Young Zulu! Young Zulu! Young Zulu! Young Zulu! Now we are in business.
Business? What business?
The myth business. Young Zulu! Young Zulu!
My nanny who raised me, she lived in Alexandria. Rachel. I really loved her. But I never thought about who she really was, though. Where she lived. How she lived. I always thought when she went home, it was to a house like ours.
Just smaller.
Yeah. Just smaller.
Who'd want to imagine someone you love living in Alexandria?
Yeah. Come on, quick! I'd better go.
Yes, of course.
I'll never forget tonight as long as I live. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
The senior ball is next Saturday. I'd like very much if you escorted me.
What about your father?
Well, I'll talk to him. He'll understand. He will. You'll see. Just say yes and let me worry about the rest.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good night.
No, thank you.
Ingizum tola più Gideon Duma. Sia buon.
This one, Rainmaker.
Gideon, I have to tell you, I'm not very comfortable doing this.
Doing what? But you're training anyway. I too. People see us doing it together. Who can say maybe some of your magic rub off on me?
There is no magic.
Look who's here. Oh, morning.
Please sit.
This is my new friend, Pika, and this is Miriam Sisulu and her new class.
Hello.
Hello. You fought well last night.
Thank you.
I see he got you too. He has me convinced to teach these sweet children. Even though I don't know anything about how to do it.
Come on, Mrs. Zulu, you are a natural teacher. Yeah, nice. Mrs. Zulu, they say she's a very good teacher. You speak Zulu?
Yeah. You give my regards to Maria, huh?
I will.
See you. Bye-bye. Watch out for him. You are shameless, Gideon Duma. He can convince snakes to walk.
She knows you.
She should. We are to be married next month.
She's going to have her hands full, huh?
Come on. What's the keys for? The toilet.
Toilet?
The government allows only one for every 200 people. The law says only 2% of us can go to school. And you know what you learn there? Enough bloody Africans to be maids, street sweepers, or mine slaves. We can't even read the bloody apartheid signs to tell us we aren't allowed to go. You know, we hope for a good tomorrow in South Africa. But if we don't learn to do for ourselves as equals, that hope will disappear. And my people will grow tired. The tired will grow angry. And the angry will grow violent. And there will be no good tomorrow in this country for anybody, black or white.
What are you saying, Gideon?
I want you to start a school to teach my people to read and write English.
Look, Gideon, I said yes to this running together. But I can't teach millions of people to read or write English.
You taught the singing to many at the prison by teaching a few.
That was different.
What was different? What was different? The tribes sang together because of the myth. They came last night because of the myth. They'll come again because of the myth.
A myth you and I don't even believe.
Damn belief. Damn belief. I believe in Africa. I believe in my people. I want to believe in the future. Now, what do you believe in, Pique? Tell me, what?
Mind your mouth, Gaffer.
What do you believe in, Pique? Tell me, what? What do you believe in?
You'll find in nature.
Class on Saturday night in the study room. No one's around.
With your permission, of course, sir.
It's Afrikaner law we're living under now, gentlemen.
We're aware of that, sir.
And you're asking me to break that law and possibly jeopardize the survival of the school.
You've taught us that inclusion, not exclusion, is the key to survival, sir. How will they ever be included if they can't read or write English?
I quite agree with you, PK. But at the end of the day, it's only about a dozen people you're talking about teaching. How much difference will that really make?
A waterfall begins with only one drop of water, sir. Look what comes from that.
How clever of you, PK.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good weekend, Miss Maria.
Thank you, you too.
Have a good weekend, girls.
Maria. I've got great news.
Listen, I'm going to talk to my father tonight. About the ball, he won't have time to say no. He wouldn't let me miss it, and there's no one else to go with. I have a whole speech prepared. You want to hear it?
You won't have to. Duma asked us to start a school. The head gave us permission to use the study room. We're starting tomorrow night. Will you join us?
Tomorrow night? The senior ball's tomorrow night.
Maria, this is important.
Well, the senior ball's important to me.
Look, I thought you'd understand.
All I understand is I'm not going to my senior ball because you want to change the world. That's all I understand.
Maria, listen to me.
No!
Not in the wall. Not
Thank you. I wish they could be here without being here.
Now that might be tough. Friends, before my lovely daughter and Jacob and Anita's handsome son go off to her senior ball, I'd like to mark the occasion by wishing them both happiness and a bright future. And who knows, maybe a common future.
Willem and Maria.
Speaking about the future, I'd like to take the moment to announce to you all that, after careful consideration, I've decided to leave the university and accept the Prime Minister's offer to join the cabinet.
Congratulations.
So he agreed to accept your residential permit plan in full?
Without one revision.
Why shouldn't he? The only Kaffers allowed to live in the townships are the ones we need to work here. All the rest should go back where they belong. I mean, that's why the homeland was created, isn't it?
Just by getting rid of the children. The slums will empty by more than half.
Exactly.
Perhaps we should create a homeland for the English, too.
Well, that's a good idea. I'll take it up with the Prime Minister.
A toast to the Maria residential permit plan. To apartheid.
To apartheid.
To apartheid.
That doesn't seem fair.
I beg your pardon, Maria?
That doesn't seem fair.
What doesn't?
The homelands are hundreds of miles away. I wouldn't want to have the government telling me I couldn't live with you if you worked in Pretoria or Cape Town and I didn't have a permit.
Maria, the plan doesn't apply to us.
It shouldn't apply to anyone, I think.
Maria, when you know nothing about a subject, it's best to say nothing.
I know what I've read. I know what I've seen.
So what have you seen?
I've seen Alexandra.
That English boy? Answer me.
Yes.
When you're not at school, you will be confined to this house. You will no longer be allowed outside unaccompanied. You are forbidden to ever see him again, Maria. Now excuse yourself. You will learn there's a price to pay for disobeying me.
If this is the price for seeing an English boy, what's the price for seeing a Jewish one?
I won't tolerate this, Maria. Go to your room.
Or how about a black? What's the price for seeing a black father? I won't hate like you. I won't.
Maria.
Maria!
Maria.
Is it all right?
Absolutely. Lovely weather we're having, huh?
It is.
Come on. Come on. Right through that door. Come on, you'll get wet. Despite the government's best efforts to keep you from learning to read or write English, you few have managed to do so. That's no small accomplishment. What we hope to do here tonight is to take your knowledge one step further and to teach you to teach English to others, so that one day, God willing, each one of you will be standing in front of a class doing exactly what I'm doing here tonight. Now, there are two types of letters, consonants and vowels. Maury is pointing to the vowels. A, E, I, O, and U. Each vowel has a long sound and a short sound. We'll start with the long sound. If you repeat after me. A, E, I, O.
I thought you might need some help.
Come in.
You wanted to see us, sir?
Yes, come in. Close the door. This is Colonel Bretagne of the police department and his aide, Sergeant Burter. He's come to deliver an order to close the Saturday school.
Can you do this, sir?
You can have the school closed and leveled in 24 hours, boy. Come now, Mynheer Headmaster. Let us end this now. I have a full day ahead of me still.
The Saturday school will be disbanded until further notice.
Permanently, Mynheer.
Yes, permanently.
Thank you, Mynheer. Your cooperation in this respect will be noted in my report. Good day.
Is that really the end of it, sir?
Well, for the moment, I'm afraid it is.
Sir, if we let them get away with it on our own grounds, it will never change.
History disputes you.
History takes too long.
Yes, I know it does. But it's never kind to those who try to hurry it.
Will that be all, sir?
Yes, thank you. Oh, one more thing. I know this may be no consolation to you, but these arrived this morning. You're both accepted to Oxford. Full scholarship to you, PK. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That'll do, thank you.
That was him, wasn't it? I bought that. Yes. Is your uncle still vicar at St. Martin's?
Still vicar and liberal as ever. Why?
Get back! Get back! Pick up! I owe you something, you little bastard! I was beaten by my father for the shame of being expelled. I was made to live in the barn. I was not allowed to go back to school. My life was set.
You can't be serious.
Hold it, boy.
You tried to kill me.
I was branded an idiot by everyone who knew.
They knew you well.
Gideon, no! No!
Bloody guffer.
This is all...
No more! No more!
You may be the heavyweight champion of our country, but you're a disgrace to it.
I'm going to see this race-mixing hole closed down.
You want to close this place down? You can go ahead and try. I don't need animals in here. It's already full of animals. I'm not finished with you. Or the Marais girl.
went to your room at school. I looked everywhere. I was so worried. Where have you been?
My father is sending me to live with my aunt in Pretoria. He said if I ever see you again, he'd have you arrested and ruin your life.
He can't ruin my life. I've been accepted to Oxford. Come with me.
To England?
Yes, to England. Away from here.
I go to Pretoria tomorrow morning first thing.
I graduate from school in a month. I'll come fetch you first thing.
You promise?
I promise. It was my mother's. My father gave it to her when they first fell in love. I love you. Black and white together. They won't like that.
The hell with what they like. I train fighters, not bloody ostriches that stick their head in the sand and pretend there's no trouble if they can't see it. I train them to stand in that ring and dare their opponent to get the better of them. I can't teach one way and behave another. Not anymore, I can't. You know how to paint?
A bit.
What?
Take your hands off me, man! Nazis! Take your flexions hands off me! Take your hands off me, man! Mr. Runabout! Take your hands off me! Mr. Runabout! You get back, Sonny! Everybody out! Now! No! Bastard! Be a man, Sonny! Don't let them break you! No! Bloody rubbish! Bloody rubbish! Follow your heart! You do what you think is right! Mr. Runabout! Bastards! Mr. Runabout! Freeman! You bloody kaffir botty! You rubbish, brother! You're a shame on our people! Piss cop! You rubbish! You rubbish!
Come in, everyone. Come in, please. Gideon, did you get the report back from the doctor?
Oh, yes. He said one works as good as two.
Gideon, it was me they came for. If I could give you my eye, I would.
I know. Don't worry. I think 20 teachers are more important than one eye. I mean it. I'll be fine. You see, you've got a job to do. Do it.
I want to thank you all for having the courage to come.
Maria, will she be coming?
No. Her father sent her to Pretoria. We'll start with the chapter on the conjugation of verbs. Joshua, please start.
To be.
From the sound of it, it's probably my uncle.
Continue, Joshua.
I am. You are. He is.
It seems we have a visitor.
I thought you might be able to use these.
You're mad.
There's work to be done.
I can't believe it.
I brought some pencils.
There you are.
Oh, how wonderful.
There you go. Ask and you shall receive. Now that Maria's back here with us, we'll start again. Joshua, if you will, please.
To be.
church. No, you are, Roynek, with your damned race-mixing ideas.
I'm Danya Marais' daughter. Leave us alone.
Sergeant, take the girl. No, stop!
Take your hands off me.
Achteriet!
No! At least let the women go.
If you want to be equal, why not the women as well? Mana!
No, wait. We'll leave.
Go!
You shouldn't have come, boy. Order!
No!
Take your hands off me! PK! No!
Mag die God van die vrede, wat die groot herder van die skape, namelijk ons Here Jesus Christus, deur die bloed van die ewige testament uit die dode teruggebring het, julle volmaak in elke goeie werk, om sy wil te doen, deur in julle te werk wat wel behaaglik is voor hom, deur Jesus Christus, aan wie die heerlikheid toekom, tot in alle ewigheid. Mag nou die genade van ons Here Jesus Christus, die liefde van God ons Vader, die gemeenskap van die Heilige Gees.
Daniel! Daniel! No! Let it be.
Maria's death shattered me like nothing had before. I no longer had the will to resist. I was defeated. I had to tell Duma I was leaving for Oxford.
Very, very good, children. Now we shall do the short vowels.
Demonstrating how that verb works. Now, give me an example of the singular form of the verb.
I am.
That's right.
Listen to this. We wrote this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain A, D, N, O.
It works. Why did I tell you?
Right. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Well done, me.
That to secure these rights
I need to work in Durban, in Pretoria, in the Cape. We leave in the morning.
Gideon, no, I can't.
Rainmaker, what will it be? Oxford or a good tomorrow? Did Maria die for nothing? Tell me. What will it be? Tell me. I thought so. Come on.
They're coming for you.
Stay where you are! You are under arrest for violating the Detention Regulations Act. Put on! Get up!
This way! This way! This way! This way! Come on!
Gideon, listen to me. I won't let this happen. They want me.
It's not about you. It's about all of us. Giving them what they want won't make the struggle any shorter.
Go! 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 Where's the running? Where's the white boy? Tommy! Where is he?
I don't know. Have you seen Piggy?
No, I haven't. Look, I must get the children away. Find him before they do. Come, children, come.
Where's the white boy? Tell me where he is! You can't hide him! We are the law! You break the law, you pay, Papa! Where is the little bastard? You want to learn English? I'll teach you English. This is a bullet. The bullet goes in the gun.
It's over, Buerta. You've caught me. Call them off. Take me in.
I'll take you in when I'm finished with him.
No!
But you? I'll take you in when you're dead. You Kaffir-loving shit. Now, Biscop, let's box, eh? You ruined the country, you bastard! Get up! Get up! You and that Maria bitch! Come on! Come on!
kahle. Uma sifika ngasePitoli ngizokubhekisa umngane wami uGumede. He's a very nice cook, you know.
Usho njalo?
Yeah.
Impela zihwayile.
Yeah. Ngizokutha ngesitokfeleni.
I remember how my nanny would tell me that if I listened to the wind, I would hear the voices of my life. I listened and heard Doc talk about justice. I heard Heerd Pitt talk about hope. I heard Dabula Manzi, the old medicine man, talk about courage. I heard Maria. These are the voices of my life, the voices of Africa. These are the voices I carry with me as Duma and I set out together to help bring our country closer to a good tomorrow.